Medis, today we have an extremely important video, and I mean extremely important. This you can make easily 10% on your investment. If you invest $10,000, you'll get 1,000 in 1 year, completely risk-free, completely safe. This is the best investment strategy right now. School's over. This is the first video, and we're gonna start off with the banger. This is gonna be how to make 10% of your money in 1 year. Guys, what is this investment strategy? What am I talking about? This is something called the Series I savings bond. So if you look here, this is the Treasury Direct website where you have to buy it directly from the US Treasury, okay? So basically, what this is, it's a bond, so you're basically giving money, you're lending it out to the government, and then they're paying you interest on it. And then they give you back the money after a certain period of time. So, for this Series I bond, the interest rate is actually based off of the inflation rate. So we all know that inflation is crazy right now. It's up towards 8% right now, which is like record high numbers. And normally these bonds are not worth buying into because they will give you a 2% interest yield, 3%, which is very, very small. But now, so the past 6 months, it has been 7%, which is quite high. And then in the next 6 months, starting on May 1st, it's going to be 9.62%. That's a humongous interest rate. Like, you are going to be making almost 10% of the amount of money you are investing. So again, you invest 10,000, you get 1,000 within a year if it was that interest rate. Now, how does the Series I bond work? Basically, they change the interest rate every 6 months. And so the past 6 months, it has been 7.12%. But that rate is going to change on starting May 1st. And then after that, it's going to be 9.62% for another 6 months. And then after that, they'll change it to the new rate, which they will announce closer to that time. What are the stipulations of these bonds? What's the catch here? So this is how it's going to work. And this is a strategy that a lot of people are implementing. I'm going to tell you my strategy because I think it's the easiest way to explain this. So basically, every 6 months, you get this different rate, right? So if I were to invest right now at the end of April, I would lock in 6 months of the 7.12%, right? So you get 6 months of that. And it includes April too. So even though I'm investing April 28th, whatever, the end of April, it's actually going to give me all of April's interest as well. So I'm going to be making 7% off my investment immediately, only though I invested like in the last day of April. And then what ends up happening is that the next 6 month period, so in November they're going to release the new 6 month period will start. So my bond with the 6 months of my bonds will end on maybe October 28th, and so I'm going to get that new 9.62%, even though it's going to change in November. So I'm going to get 6 months of 7%, and I'm going to get another 6 months of 9.6%. Now after that, I could keep holding it on to the rest of the bond limit. So the bond limit is 5 years for these. So you should hold these bonds for 5 years, and they'll give you all your money back and all the interest you made, and you won't pay any fees, no penalties. However, this might not be the best strategy because what ends up happening is that the interest rate will go down because it's linked to inflation. So inflation hopefully is going to go back down to maybe 3, 4, 2%, something like that. And so if for the next 3-4 years I'm investing in this and it's giving me 3% on my investment, it's really not much at all. And I could just take that money out and invest it somewhere more valuable, right? What the strategy here is to go for 15 months, and then after the 12 months of the 6 months of 7% and 6 months of 9%, then you'll get another 3 months of, it should be another 6 months of whatever the new rate is. So let's assume that it's going to be 6%. So you're going to get 6 months 7%, 6 months 9.6%, and another one at 6%. Now 6% actually isn't that bad, but for some people maybe they want to use their money for something else now. For me, I think I'd be okay leaving it in. But what the strategy is that you go for 15 months, you accrue those 7 and 9.6% interest rates over the year, and then that last 3 months that you are forfeiting is going to be whatever the new rate is. It's going to be maybe 6%. So you'll forfeit 6% of your investment which I don't know how, maybe a few hundred, $50 something, maybe less than $100. But you're gonna take your money out and you can invest it in something better. If you do that today, you'll be able to do that exact same strategy. So you'll be able to lock in 7% for 6 months and 9.6% for another 6 months, and you'll have to pay no fees. I mean, you'll pay the 3 months of fees, but that's it. So you're making an easy 10%, almost maybe like 8% gain on your money, and that the money you make is also compounded. So they actually compound the interest semi-annually, meaning that they do it twice a year. Basically, guys, that's how it works. I didn't explain it too well here because I need to get this video out quickly for you guys. Otherwise, I would have done a more in-depth video here about how to do it. But in general, you guys should really look it up. I know it's very last minute, but you guys really should be doing it today. It's very important. Maybe not very important, but if you want to make a good amount of money risk-free, and if you have some extra savings, this is a great opportunity, especially for students who maybe don't have a lot of stuff. They don't want to invest in things that are very high risk. They have just a little bit of money. Even the maximum you can put in this is $10,000, right? But a lot of people, they don't have to put that. You can put 1,000. You can put a couple hundred. You'll still make that 8% or 10% rate over the time. Also, if you don't invest it today, and maybe you have to wait until May to actually invest in these, it's still not a bad idea because in those 6 months you're still going to get the 9.62%. And then the next interest rate, let's assume it's 6%, then you're gonna be still making 7-8% interest, which is pretty good, especially for not having to do anything. And there's not many other things you can invest in that give you that kind of payback. So even if you can't invest in immediately right now today, you should still consider investing starting in May. And it's a very easy way to make a few extra dollars and to put your savings to use, because if you leave it in a bank account, you'll be making 0.01% whatever on your money, which is very low, and you'd much rather be making 9%. That's all from me. If you guys enjoyed this type of content, you want to learn more about finances, being financially savvy or educated at least, when you're going into medical school or any kind of undergraduate school, even high school, you guys should really start early with this and know what's going on. I'm still learning, and I hope that you guys follow me in my journey, and we can all spread awareness of these types of topics together. So I'd really appreciate it if you guys like and subscribe, follow, yeah, see you guys in the next video. We are going to take all the money. We're going to bankrupt the government, and we are going to take over